Everyone is telling you to be consistent. Consistency is key. That's what they say. They even say if you keep posting every day, you will eventually succeed on LinkedIn. Just post it. And of course, there is a part of truth in this. So you do what they say. You post every day, for days, for weeks, for months, for years. The problem is that you see a big gap between the efforts you commit and the results that you get. When big influencers are publishing every day on LinkedIn, they get likes, comments, leads, and visibility. But when you post every day, you get only 3-4 friends that comment on your content. So you know that you are not getting any leads, visibility, or even influence. In short, you are consistent, but despite your consistency, you are not getting the results that you want. Now, what if I told you that consistency does not always lead to success on LinkedIn? So let me tell you something. Of course, you need to be consistent, because if you stop within 1 month, you will not be able to perform. You will never grow. But this advice, consistency is the key, is too reductive. They are saying this as if it was the only key to growth, as if it was the only thing that matters. But this is not true. Consistency is not the only key. Most people who believe this are missing a crucial part of their content strategy. Or sometimes they don't even have a content strategy at all. In both cases, they are missing out on 3 concepts. Those 3 concepts made me over 140,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I'm going to tell you exactly how to use them in this video. Let's start with the first concept. As you know, we are living in a world where people have limited attention. They are bombarded with information all the time. So every time someone logs in LinkedIn, they have a limited set of attention credits. They're going to scroll on LinkedIn for maybe 10, 20, or even 30 minutes. And during this time, they have what I call attention credits that they can spend as they want. Let's say that they're going to spend 10 attention credits for every 10 minutes. So when they are reading your hook, they will ask themselves, should I spend an attention credit on this post? Of course, this is a subconscious mechanism, but it's very important for you to understand it in order to know that they are not consuming your content for free. Whether it's a carousel, a short post, or a video, they are always paying with their attention. So next time you are writing your posts, don't think like, oh, even if it's not good, I will post it anyway because it's free anyway. Instead, you should think, they are going to spend their attention credits on my content, so I should make it perfect. And more precisely, you need to answer those 3 questions. Question number 1, of course, does my content attract the attention? Because if you are not attracting the attention, you will never be able to convey your messages and the information you want to share. So here, you need to work on your hook. The hook are the 2 first sentences that matter the most. You need to trigger curiosity with the hook, so they want to click on view more and read the rest of the post. Question number 2, does my post retain attention? Here, of course, it's all about delivering valuable insights. So it's about formatting, so people actually read it, because if they click on view more and then they see a long, big paragraph of text, especially on mobile, they will probably not read it. Question number 3, is the post worth their attention? Because if you first attract the attention, second retain the attention, but at the end they think that it was not worth their attention, you will not have a proper long-term strategy because they will not come back to your posts. And remember, at some point when you are delivering valuable insights every day, it's your name and your picture that becomes the hook. So this was the first concept, and now I'm going to talk about a very important second concept. If you are publishing on LinkedIn every day but without a content strategy, you are missing out on a core concept called positioning. Positioning is the place that your brand or your personal brand occupies in the mind of your target audience. So if you are talking about different topics every day, such as sales, AI, and then the next day about travel, you will have a diluted positioning. People will not be able to associate your name with a core expertise or a core topic. So they will not have a high perceived value of your account. And of course, this is true for any channel. So you need to work on your positioning. And before I explain how, make sure to have a look at my content strategy course that will teach you exactly how to create your content strategy. Now, how should you have a proper and solid positioning? Well, instead of posting about many different topics every day, you should use what we call content pillars. You should choose 3 content pillars from a broad topic to a very specific topic. So every time you write a LinkedIn post, ask yourself, does it match at least one of my content pillars? This way you will have consistency because you publish every day, but you will also have content consistency because you always publish about the same topics. So here, people will associate your name with an expertise. For example, my content pillars are: first, the old school B2B marketing playbook is out of date and doesn't work anymore. Second, content marketing is the new best tactic for B2B marketing. And third, you need a long-term strategy to succeed and generate more revenue. Those are my 3 content pillars, and I also add a last one which is about my personal brand. So for example, some of my posts like this one about my backstory really helped me to position myself as an authority. If you want to have a detailed tutorial on how to choose your content pillars, your subtopics, and to write LinkedIn posts, you should have a look at my content strategy course where I explain exactly how to do it. Click the link in the description. Now let's move on to the third concept. This is linked to something that I've said earlier in the video. Most people think that publishing content is free anyway, so they publish whatever they have. And sometimes they even publish without thinking. They try to sell in their first post. They use AI to create generic content that no one wants to read, or they publish about a topic that is far away from their expertise, their career, or their business. Now here is the concept. There is a negative mechanism that is called marketing debt. Let me explain it to you. If you are publishing everyday bad content, people will associate your personal brand or your brand with a negative feeling or a negative outcome. This is called the horn effect, in opposition to the halo effect. It's a simple subconscious psychology mechanism. Here is what happens in your audience mind. They see you publish bad content, so they think that if your content is bad, probably your company offers or your brand will be bad as well. So of course, as you understood, you should avoid this horn effect at all costs. But third, you should also create your content plan. So to create a content plan, you will analyze your content strategy and also your target audience. Based on those 2 elements, you will list all the pieces of content that you need to create with the ideas, the types of content, the formats, and the channels. Now let me give you an advice to plan your content. I created the authority first framework that helps you to create your content repartition. First, you should publish 70% of authority content. So content about your industry, your expertise, case studies, how to install a process or workflow you installed. Then 15% should be dedicated to your personal brand or your brand, backstory posts, opinions that you have or build in public, and the last 15% is offer content. So at the end of the day, you can also use LinkedIn to sell your offer. So you can launch new products with your posts. You can use the problem agitate solution framework to sell your offer, and you can also add a call to action to target your audience. All right, now you have the 3 core concepts that you need to use in order to succeed on LinkedIn, because consistency is very important, but it's not the only key. Indeed, if it was the only key, everyone who posted every day would succeed.